Inside the Willowmere Library, Jamie, Ben, and Mara sat huddled around a small oil lantern. The power had finally gone out the night before. Phones were dead. The streets outside were lined with hollowed, those pale, glass-eyed townsfolk who no longer spoke or blinked. They stood motionless in doorways, at windows, sometimes tapping slowly on the glass as if remembering something lost. Mara laid out a dusty leather-bound tome she'd found in the archives. Its cover bore a strange symbol, a sun with no center. She translated the old Appalachian text aloud. Every fifth generation, the shadow swallows the sky. The forgetting begins. The sacrifice returns the light, or the town is lost. Jamie leaned forward, his voice hoarse. What kind of sacrifice? Mara didn't answer. Downstairs, Ben played back his tape recorder. He'd left it running on the town hall steps earlier that morning, hidden under a bench. The playback was garbled static at first. Then a voice, and Mayor Edith's broken whisper. They come from beneath. From where we buried them long ago. We called it progress. We paved over their bones. Then the tape cut, replaced by a low growl, something not quite human, something hollow and ancient. That night they heard the town breathe. Not wind, not thunder, breathing. It came from the earth, slow and labored, like an ancient sleeper just beginning to stir. The trio crept through the dark streets toward the old Willowmere mining site, long abandoned after a collapse decades ago. Jamie believed the truth was buried there, the darkness, the sacrifice, the hollowed. They found the mine sealed with rusted gates. But someone or something had clawed the lock open recently. Inside, it was pitch black. Not normal dark, unnatural dark, like the air was thick with ink. Their lantern barely worked. The mine whispered to them in a dozen voices. You left us here. You built your homes on our graves. We only wanted the light too. Ben dropped his recorder. It shattered. That's when they saw it. A massive cavern deeper inside, lined with crude, ancient markings on the walls, symbols that resembled the hollowed. Dozens of skeletons were piled in a circle at the center, arranged like spokes of a wheel, all facing inward. And in the center, a black pit, bottomless, breathing. Then they heard the mayor's voice behind them. Mayor Edith was standing in the cavern doorway, her feet bare and bleeding, her eyes vacant. It's time, she whispered. It always demands a soul to remember the sun. She held a rusted dagger and walked toward Ben. Jamie stepped in front of the boy, shielding him. No, Mara said coldly. It doesn't have to be this way. She opened the book, began to chant the reversal rite, a counterspell from the text. The ground shuddered. The hollowed, now descending into the mine one by one, shrieked in agony. Their pale skin cracked like glass, light spilling from beneath. Finish it, Jamie shouted. Mara read the final line. The pit screamed. The sun, a faint orange glow, flickered across the mouth of the mine, touching the rocks with warmth for the first time in weeks, but the ground gave way beneath them. Jamie fell into the darkness. When he woke up, the sky was blue, bright, real. Birds were chirping. Willowmere looked normal. People were talking, laughing. No one remembered the darkness. No one remembered the hollowed. Ellie was back. The mayor was alive and cheerful, handing out apple pie in the square. But something was wrong. Only Jamie remembered. And in his reflection, in the window of the bakery, his eyes shimmered glassy and white. To be concluded in part 3.